A circular lamina of 30 mm diameter rests in VP such that one of its diagonals diameter is inclined at 30 degree to VP and 45 degree to HP. Draw the projections. A circular lamina of 30 mm diameter rests in VP. You need to assume a circular lamina in VP. That is, you can imagine a circular plate which is present in a wall. You can imagine as such that one of its diameter, you can make it to be, you can give some inclination to that particular plate in such a way that one of its diameter is inclined at 30 degree to VP and 45 degree to HP. So we'll start continuing the problem. So where you need to draw the true shape is very, very important. Where will you draw the true shape? Can anyone answer me? Whether is it in vertical plane or horizontal plane? Where to draw the true shape? Whether I have to draw here on horizontal plane or vertical plane?
VP.
Someone said VP. So you need to draw the initial position like this. Don't consider the holes in it. You consider this is a plate. It is in VP. It is in VP right now. If you see from top, it is just a line what you see. If you see this from top, it is just a line what you see of this circular lamina. It is in VP. The diameter is inclined at 30 degree to VP and 45 degree to HP. When I see this from top, in the top view, whatever the line I get the maximum length of this diameter. So if I take this as this diameter, that will not be seen in the top view. I have to consider this diameter, whatever the horizontal line, if I draw here, this diameter is seen in the top view. If I incline the top view line, that means surface of the lamina is also inclined and this diameter is also inclined. So first inclination, I am giving it like this, inclined to VP. I am making it to rest on one of its point on the circumference. One of its point on the circumference, I am making it to rest this circular lamina. Next, I am giving some inclination to it, 30 degree to VP. That means in the top view, whatever line I get, if I incline that line, that means the whole surface of the lamina is inclined, as well as the diameter which is included in this circle is also inclined. So initial position will be here, vertical plane, and whatever the top view line I get, I'll incline it at an angle of 30 degree. And the same line, same diameter, what is passed, what is represented here is inclined to HP also in such a fashion. So when it is inclined to VP and inclined to HP, obviously one element, that is a one element, that is a diameter inclined to HP and VP. So it is a beta angle condition problem. So we have to solve the problem for beta angle for 30 diameter. So I'll keep somewhere here. Circle, and 30 diameter means radius is 15. So radius 15, I'm drawing a circle so that the diameter is 30. So radius 15, I'm drawing a circle so that diameter is 30. 30 diameter circle, I'm drawing the front view. How to name this? Because it doesn't have any edges. It doesn't have any edges. What to do? So I'll divide the circle into equal number of parts so that, and represent some imaginary lines. This is the top view. This is the top view. I don't have any corner here. There is no corner here, but top view will be just a line on this X number of parts. Later on, you can divide the circle into 8 number of parts by joining. Pardon?
30 mm.
Huh?
Circle diameter.
30 same 30 and I'll draw and divide the circle into 8 parts. I'll check how divide the circle into 8 parts and name it as A dash, B dash, C dash, D dash, E dash, F, G dash, and H dash. So this is and I'll draw the top view. Make it dark. Make the top view dark. So first name the diameter A, E. So next from B and H, you draw a line H of B, and similarly G of C and F of D. Next, draw a 30-degree line. Now reconstruct the same top view to the new position, that is 30 mm, 4 mm one line, so 15 mm one line. So 4 mm I'm going to draw one line, mark a line. 15 mm I'm going to mark the second line. Next again from here also 4 mm. So first I'll construct a 30 mm line. Second, same top view I'm reconstructing here and name it E A. So with less number of lines, I'm drawing this. So at an angle of 30 degree, draw the projections. H of B, G of C, F of D. There is this extra line, which I am not, it is not necessary. And from here, I'm going to join the lines. Can start from A and B and D will be on the same line. Then from F and again from G. So identify the location. This is A dash. Next, this is B dash. Next, C and C dash is meeting here, C dash. This is E, this is D dash, F dash, G dash, and H dash. Like this, identify the points. I have reduced the number of, you can divide the circle into more number of parts. So let us stop like this and check how. And rotate your book like this so that you can, it will be easy for you to draw the ellipse. And construct an ellipse. Next, I'm drawing, this is inclined at an angle of 30 degree. What is inclined? AE. The diameter is inclined at an angle of 30 degree. Now the diameter will be inclined at an angle of 45 degree. Then there exists a alpha angle condition. So solid for alpha angle. So 45 degree. And true length of the diameter AE1. I'll just name it as AE1. A dash E1 dash is E1 dash. Draw a locus at E1 dash. Next, take the apparent length of AE. Take the apparent length of AE with A dash.
Sir, can you repeat this step, sir?
Which step?
Inclination at 45 degree.
See, draw a 45 degree line. Draw a line at 45 degree. Draw a line at 45 degree. A dash E1 dash is the true length of the diameter. So fix A dash. Fix A dash at one point in your compass. Take the measurement. It will be 30 mm. Mark it somewhere here on this 45 degree line. So you will get E1 dash. Draw a locus here, horizontal exact locus you are going to draw. Next, take the apparent shape, A dash, E dash. So this will be a foreshortened length around 10, 20, 25. This will be 25 mm line. So with A dash as center, draw an arc here. So you will get a new E dash. So this is your new E dash, which is the new diameter inclined at an angle of 45 degrees. That is what I have done here. This is A dash E dash. This diameter I have shifted it and placed it here. Next, on this diameter line A dash E dash, there are 1, 2, and 3 locations of the line which I will be finding out like this: 4 mm, 13 mm, see 4 mm, 13 mm, and 22. So from A, I'm going to mark 4 mm. Four, 13 and 22. So 4 mm, 13 mm, and 22 mm. I marked it. And what is the perpendicular diameter for AE? For AE, A dash E dash, perpendicular diameter is GC. First I'll draw this GC. So GC is 13 mm, 30. So exactly perpendicular, I'm placing it here for the midpoint. So here 15 mm line, I'm marking it here. And I'm marking 30. So here till here, I have marked. This is G dash and C dash. GC, which is the perpendicular diameter, that is GC. In some problem, it may be given that this perpendicular diameter is parallel to VP also. This entire beta angle will not be there. you have to place it in such a way that GC will be horizontal. So some conditions may lie like that. Next, HB and FD. See, HB and FD both are same. So at a distance of how much? 22 something. See, 21. See, 21 mm. So 20, I'll assume it is 21. So 10, 10.5, 10.5. I'm marking two lines here, 10.5 and 21. I have marked two lines. So here also. And identified G, H dash, B dash, D dash, and F dash. So with less number of arcs, I can draw an arc like this. Construct these two arcs first. So like this. Just construct these two arcs and then construct this as well as this arc. And then draw the projections down from A dash. I'll draw a projector till it meets XY line. So obviously this will be A. Next from B. So from B, I'll draw a line till it meets B dash projector. C as well as from D, E, F, G, and H. It may differ exactly. You will not get the same answer. So A, B, I have drawn a line. Next is from C as well as from D and E. So automatically other D, C, H is also seen. So A is over. Next is B dash and B is meeting here. This is B. C dash and C will be meeting at the third line. Sorry, second line. D and D dash will be meeting here. Third line. E will be meeting at the extreme point here. Sorry, here. This is E. A, B, C, D, and E. So F is meeting here. G is meeting here and H. G and H. So this is here. Construct the ellipse by freehand. The thin line first and then complete the final answer. So with less number of lines, you can complete it like this by for 45 degree, dividing the circle into equal 8 parts. Dividing the circle into 8 equal parts and identify the alpha. So EA, I am going to extend it here and identify this alpha. How much is alpha? So the same condition may be given vice versa. That is, it may be on horizontal plane also. The conditions may be given will be in horizontal plane also. So you have to solve the problem with horizontal if it is given as such. So right now this is in vertical plane. So unnecessary lines can be erased and you can draw the arrow marks where you are drawn the projections and to say what is the procedure for your answer. Okay, we'll move on to the next problem. I hope you got this and you are solving the problem with alpha angle or beta angle. What is the alpha angle? How much you got? Anyone? How much was alpha? Next, write down the next problem. A circular lamina inclined to VP appears in front view as an ellipse of major axis 30 mm and minor axis 15 mm. The major axis is parallel to both HP and VP. One end of minor axis is in both HP and VP. Draw the projections and find the inclination of the lamina with VP. So as we have solved here, we can see that it is an ellipse here. So here no angle 30 degree is given, but the major axis and minor axis distance is given. So solve the problem with respect to this major axis and minor axis condition. So how to solve the problem? First step is to draw an XY line VPHP and draw a circle for radius 30 mm. Sorry, diameter. Major axis is 30 mm means, so radius will be 15 mm and you are supposed to draw a circle. As front view is dark, I am using this dark line or 2B pencil and make the circle dark. For my convenience, it is there are no edges or corners. I am dividing the circle so that I get some points on the circumference. I'll divide the circle into equal number of parts. That is simple 8 number of parts, which is convenient for me for representation. So A dash, B dash, C dash, D dash, E dash, F dash, and draw the top view. So where to draw the top view? I am representing all these things here. All the front view will be projected to the top view and represent the top view with dark line, that is for 30 mm. So 30 mm dark line I have drawn this top view and name here A, H of B and G of C and F of D and E. And dimension this as 30 at a convenient place. A convenient place. Next, it is seen as in the front view as a, remember in square rectangle problems, the front view was seen as a square or something, some statement was given. So in the second front view, it is seen as a ellipse. So I'll directly draw the ellipse. See the projections from here, from G, I'm going to draw the projections, and from C also I'm going to draw the projections. C also I'm going to draw the projections and identify the major axis. So for me, major axis G dash C dash will remain same. So this is the major axis. So major axis is 30 mm and minor axis is 15 mm. So major axis is 30 mm and minor axis is 15 mm. So what is this 15 mm? So minor axis is 15 mm. So 7.5. So here 7.5, 7.5. I'm from the center. I'm going to mark here. So 15, 10 and 15. I'm going to mark. See 7.5, 7.5. I have drawn this ellipse. I have got this position A dash and E dash. A dash and E dash. So A dash and E dash position is obtained in the front view as the major axis of how much? Major axis 30, and as 30 was obtained, so this is 15 from here to here. I am going to dimension 15 later. I am going to draw the extension lines later. So this is 15 by 30 ellipse, 15 by 30 ellipse that I have got. I don't know the position here, H and F and B and D. So what I'll do, from A, I'll keep this A, drop the projector downwards and identify the location of A. Identify the location of A. So from here, I'll draw the top view line on this E projector. On this E projector, somewhere my top view E line will end, E position will end. So with A and E distance known, which is 30 mm, as the diameter is saying, I'll shift this line to the new location with A as center and E location. I'm going to cut it here. This is E. It is on E projector. Without knowing the angle, I have shifted it like this. So this is my top view. And you need to find out how much is this angle. So A to B, how much is there? It is 5 mm. I'll approximately, it is 4 mm or 5 mm. So this is H of B. Next, G of C will be 15 mm. So this is 15 mm G of C. Next again 5 mm. You got F of D. You can do it in compass, or if it is very less, you can represent it. So from here, I'll draw the projection upwards from B as well as GC will be center. And from here also, I'm going to drop a projector upwards. So where I get these position B dash, sorry, from B, I'll draw a line here till it meets. This is B dash. Next, this is C dash. Next, this is D. This is D dash. E dash is obtained. F projector. So this is F dash, G and H dash. So first I'll complete this arc. So this arc is not there. So B location is here. B locus, B point, B dash. So B, A, and H, I am going to complete it first. An arc. And similarly, F, E, and D, two arcs I'm going to complete. And then make this as an ellipse. Complete it as an ellipse. Next, according to the problem, see, the major axis is parallel to both HP and VP. That is line parallel to both HP and VP. That is GC should be parallel to both HP and VP. One end of the minor axis will be on both HP and VP. One end A, I have kept it as it is. So can reconstruct this front view here in such a way that A will be on, A dash will be on XY line. A dash will be on XY line. So A dash is here. Reconstruct this front view. See minor axis AE, that is 15 mm. I'm going to mark it here. A dash and E dash. So next major axis is 30 mm GC. That is exactly 15. I will mark a midpoint 7.5 and 15 mm. I am going to mark it here for 30. So 15 and 15. I'll get a 30 mm line. So this A, G, and C dash is reconstructed in such a way that major axis GC is parallel to both HP and VP, and one endpoint A is of the minor axis is lying on both HP and VP. It is touching like this. So I have shifted this ellipse to the new position. Next, similarly, identify H and B. So I'll see here what is the distance. It is 3 mm. So on either side 3 mm, I'm going to mark 3. And from here also 3 mm, I'm going to mark. So H to B is around 20. So 10 and 10, I'm going to mark. So these two lines are AH, G and F, A, B, C, D and E. And construct this ellipse. First arc, second arc, and complete the ellipse. Same ellipse, I have shifted it here, almost of the same conditions. A, draw a line, B, draw a line below, C, drop the projector below, D, E and F and H will lie here, and G, drop the projectors like this. So this is A will lie on XY line. So B, H of B, so this is B dash and this is B and this is H. Similarly, I'll draw a line from G and C. So this is G and this is C. This is F of D. So this is F. This is D and E. E projector is meeting here. And construct this ellipse again. And complete the problem. This ends the problem without beta, nothing else is there here, but the procedures and given conditions should be known. 30 mm dimensioning I have done like this. 15 mm you can extend the projectors and dimension 15 and 30 and mention the major axis and minor axis with a very thin line. So next question will be the assignment question. Draw the projections, write down or take a screenshot of a circular plate of negligible thickness of 50 mm diameter resting on HP on a point on circumference with the plane surface inclined at 45 degree to HP and top view of diameter passing through the resting point makes 60 degree to VP. So here, very important condition, draw XY line, VP, where you draw the true shape, vertical plane or horizontal plane. Resting on HP on a point on circumference. So where do you draw the true shape? Anybody?
On HP.
On HP. See, I'll draw a circle on HP, divide the circle into any equal number of parts, draw the front view and shift the front view to the new location where you get a ellipse. That is what this condition say, where the whole surface is inclined at an angle of 45 degree to HP. And if it is lying on a point A dash, if it is lying on a point A dash, see the top view of diameter passing through the resting point, that is, this is the diameter. Diameter passing through this resting point is A, B, C, D, and E, AE. This diameter is inclined at an angle of how much? 60 degree to VP. Do you need beta angle or not? Do you need beta angle? Do you need beta angle here? Here directly it is given that the top view of diameter passing through the resting point, that is AE. It is resting on A means it is the diameter is resting is AE. Then this diameter is makes an angle of 60 degree to VP. So do you need to solve with beta angle or not? That is the question. So think about it and try to answer. This is your assignment. So as the term top view is given here, it is a very important thing. Top view, how it is seen here, it is seen as it is. Even when appears is given, there is no beta angle. So it is similar to without beta angle condition, how it looks here. The same way it looks here. Reconstruct this figure here such that AE is on 60 degree line. So I'll end this session. We'll meet tomorrow morning.